Hi everyone and welcome back to Chess for Charity. In this video, you are playing the white pieces and your goal is to convert this position to a win. So give it a second and see what you would play here with white. So it should be stated that immediately if you go for a queen, which seems like the most obvious move, queen f7 check is a killer move. And right now, white is only forced to take. There are no other legal moves in the position. And this position is a draw because of stalemate, right? So you cannot promote to a queen. And the same logic applies if you promote to a rook. You promote to a rook, it's still covering this last rank, which means queen f7 check, and my only legal move is to capture, and this queen is blocking g6, and this rook is cutting across the 8th rank. So you might say, okay, what if I promote to a bishop or a knight? Well, a knight, it turns out in the computer's eyes, this is pretty close to a draw because, for example, queen a7, and there's just not much progress that can be made according to the engine. After queen g6, king g8, the computer is suggesting to repeat right now. And that just tells you that it's not very winning. You might want to try to get your piece like this and maybe try to push. But if you do that, you're going to give up this square, right? That's the difficulty, and that's mate, by the way. So you can't just do that. You can't leave this square. Okay, so here's the thought. Maybe instead of the knight, you go to a bishop. Okay. And in this variation, there are a couple of different ways you can go about it. I'm going to go over 2 lines. So queen b3 is what the engine's suggesting. And you can go wrong still as white if you're not careful. For example, if you play queen e6, saying, hey, let's just trade pieces, I'm up a bishop, you actually lose. Because after captures, boom. Look at that. Killer pawns. So you can't do that. That's mate. So instead, if queen b3, the idea is you weave your bishop in like this. So you first play bishop c6, and there's not really anything that black can do. The computer is suggesting queen g8, but the goal is that you're going to support this area, go up and block. So if this happens, you just take, and this is easy to win. So, and I'll show that whole thing in just a moment. But after this, we go back. After this move, the computer is saying, hey, maybe you keep your eye on this. But like I said, the goal is to get the bishop here and threaten mate. So you don't really have anything. But black can be sneaky. Try to do something like this thinking it's stalemate. It's not stalemate. This pawn can move. And this is not checkmate. I can take. Right? Okay. So let's go back to that line I was just sharing that said this one after the queen here. If you go queen g8, you can take here. And after they take, you have this nice move, king g6. And what does that do? Well, right now I'm blocking f7 and h7. So I have to be careful because I want to win g7. So let's say the king goes in the corner. Then I have bishop d5 stalemating the king, forcing these pawn moves. And the reason I want to go down this line is just because I think it's so cool the way that you win the race at the end. So g5, forcing this capture. You can play this other ways if you want. I'm going to have the fen in the description if you want to play around with the position yourself. F takes, and then H takes. The H4 is the only legal move for black. After H4, you play F6, and you're threatening a couple of things here, none of which black can stop. If they play H3, which I'll show this, that's mate, so you can't play H3. But if they take, you take, and look at this, you just win the race. Barely. Right now, only legal move is here, and you can promote to a queen or a rook. It's going to be mate either way. Pretty crazy, right? So the idea is that you can block off the king's out square with this bishop. Hopefully you're seeing that theme. So, after you promote to a bishop, the best that white can try, according to the engine, is queen b3, but a human being might go, let's try queen c7. And like I said before, it doesn't really stop the plan. because the plan is bishop d5, and then you're going to get in on g8. So like this. Now what do you do if you're black? Well, the computer's saying queen c8, queen d8, just giving the queen up for nothing. And like I said, you can take this. This is not stalemate. You have a check, and after this capture, this is going to be mate in no time, right? So in this position, you have to realize all the way back that promoting to a bishop, choosing your weapon here, that's the win. This is the only win. There are a couple of other moves here for black, but none of them are really that good. According to the computer, like I said, queen b3 is the best, but you really can't stop this square, right? Where could you go? If I go b3, I get captured. If I go d7, I get captured. And because I'm allowed to capture these pieces, there's no stalemate because a bishop is not covering h8. Cool, right? Hopefully you see the little nuances there and why it's different. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this puzzle. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know. I enjoy the feedback. I'm trying to get better at my videos, so any feedback is welcome. And if you're enjoying the content, feel free to subscribe. You're helping out charity, you're helping me out, and it's a lot of fun doing these videos. So every subscriber really counts. Thanks so much. Bye.